on the ground. Carry it on the ground. Carry it. We used to carry it on the ground. Carry it on the ground. We used to carry it. We used to carry it when I had it.
Trinidad's first stadium-style obstacle course race with 20-plus challenges. We're talking about the Goliath Games obstacle course race happening on the 20th of July at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. Kerrie-Kim Kirton, the Goliath Games race coordinator, joins us on the now. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Anka. Good morning, Trinidad.
Technically, I should call you Goliath. And I thought about it for a second. You're in charge.
Yeah, but remember he lose.
Right, so never mind that. But Goliath is gargantuan.
Yes.
He was massive, and regardless of whether or not you win or lose, this one is meant to change things up a little bit because it's more than just a 5K.
Yes.
Tell us what exactly the Goliath Game concept is.
Right, so Goliath Games is an obstacle course race. So I know a lot of times people immediately go to something like Ninja Warrior, but it's not that, right? Because Ninja Warrior is something that's very short and quick and high skilled. This is a race that is over a longer distance. So 5K is going to be the total distance. So that's something that, a lot of people could do a distance. Yeah. You don't think you were able to? Yeah, I think.
That's nice.
There are a lot of people who do 5Ks generally. So that's going to be the total distance that you will cover throughout the stadium. But also you're going to have more than 20 obstacles that you have to climb through, climb under, push, pull, lift, jump. That's the difference between Goliath Games, an obstacle course race, and a normal 5K.
And that is where you lost me, because when you say 20 plus, it's going to be packed into the stadium itself. That's a different experience in its own.
Yeah. So what we're actually going to be using all the infrastructure of the stadium, so all the connecting roads. Nothing is actually going to be on the field. So it's going to be the connecting roads within the stands, outside by the cricket nets and that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's a completely different experience. You would never have experienced the Brian Lara Cricket Academy like you will at Goliath Games.
It sounds like it.
Yes.
But when we talk obstacle courses, we usually go into, as you were saying before, more rural spaces. So was there a specific reason for making that change to the stadium?
Yes. So I wanted to, as we were talking before, the obstacle course races that they have in Trinidad usually, they're also kind of like adventure races where you go into the bush somewhere, Chagramas or something like that. But this one is we're trying to bring it to a more urban space to popularize it a bit more in Trinidad so more people could access this kind of race.
Access is the name of the game. And speaking of access, what do you have access to in terms of your winnings? Because it's not sounding easy, but you are saying that persons who just do your regular 5K can participate as well.
Yes. So another thing about the Goliath Games is we actually split it into a competitive division in the morning and then a non-competitive in the afternoon. So the people who register for the morning competitive section, they are going to be, the first prize for male and female is $7,500. Second prize is $5,000, and then we go down like that. But we have prizes for actually the first top 10 in male and female winners. So that's something so 20 persons will be winning if you compete in the competitive division.
Right.
And then, but in the afternoon, we don't have prizes for the, that's for people like you who may be a little less. No, but we just said,
we are right.
We just
but
said,
at least a shiny medal someplace.
Of course, so
Okay.
all participants, morning or afternoon, will get, their very nice medal and their finisher's tee.
Okay. Now, what is the difference in terms of the afternoon then? Literally the intensity?
Right. So in the morning, where you'll be competing for the money and stuff, we're going to have a lot of penalties for not completing certain obstacles. If you fall off certain obstacles, you're going to have to do burpees. I remember you said you were going to try some burpees for me today. Right? So that's the difference. So in the morning, if you are unable to complete an obstacle or if you fail to complete an obstacle, for only certain obstacles, you'll have to do burpees before you can move on to the next obstacle. In the afternoon, for the people who are more fun runners, we call them the weekend warriors, you can choose to not do an obstacle. You could walk around. If you just want to try it and start and then not finish, you wouldn't have any penalty. You could continue along the course and finish and still collect your medal. And
definitely sounds like me, that weekend warrior. But registration itself is ongoing at the moment?
Yes, so registration is open. We have registration online. You can go to the website, thegoliathgames.com. We also have some offline options if it is that you don't have access to a credit card. You can check out the social media, The Goliath Games, on Facebook and Instagram.
Now, in terms of the team that is putting this on, it's gargantuan. You have to have a team.
Yes.
How are you doing this?
So, I want to thank Monster Energy, our main sponsor, as well. I have Tribe Carnival, who we know as, basically the #1 carnival band in the country. So they are sponsoring by providing logistical support, because sport is also something, as soon as I brought it to them, sport is something that was very important to the tribe. They're involved in football, party stand, cricket, party stand, that kind of stuff. So this is another opportunity where they want to be able to give sport a chance in Trinidad and Tobago, and they have the expertise to put on events of a bigger size.
Right. And in terms of you personally, you also are very much advocating for making sure a healthier lifestyle and movement is incorporated. So
Yes.
that's off to you, Kerrie.
Thank you very much.
A real beautiful endeavor. Sounds very daunting, I'm not even going to lie. And the prizes do sound attractive.
Yes.
But I am glad that you're catering to persons who may not be
Yeah.
motivated that way, but still want to get involved and still moved. Persons who want to become a part of that team, though, are they eligible
Yes,
or available?
so we are looking for, we call them volunteers, but they will be compensated. So people who will be in the morning period, judging the people, make sure they do the correct thing, make sure they do the correct number of reps at certain obstacles. So we are looking for persons who would like to come on board to help us with that. You can check the Instagram or Facebook. We have the sign-up sheet available there.
Okay.
And, so we're looking to intake some volunteers to be able to help us to complete this project.
So I was going to tell you, right, to demonstrate at least one of the things that we have to do, simply because I keep thinking about, besides the burpee, how we're getting, he said under, around, different things that you have to do. And I'm here like, do I really want to do this one?
All right, so you keep saying that you're scared, and that's actually something that a lot of people, they have a fear, they think that they can't do it. But the way the course is designed and the way that the event itself is designed, it's something that anybody could complete, because so the total distance is 5K, which that's a good distance that many people are able to complete, right? And as I said, in the morning, the people who are really going for this money, there's nothing that they will not be able to complete. And if they don't, you just do your burpees and you continue. So it's a lot of the things, I just kind of came up in my head. And
that is the frightening part. If you all have ever seen Kerrie-Kim do anything, be afraid. No, I'm kidding. I think that it makes it much more doable, because you're demonstrating exactly the capabilities of the human body. So go strong. The Goliath Games are on, and then will we see this becoming an annual event, hopefully?
So yes, so actually the goal is to take it up the islands, because I want to keep it connected to the Caribbean and to the West Indies. That's why I chose the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, because I want to, center it around cricket. So the cricket stadium is something that I would like to keep doing up the island. So I want to go to, Kensington in Barbados, Savannah Park in Jamaica, and keep it. So that's how we keeping it culturally relevant to the Caribbean, right? Because there are some obstacles that are, cricket-centric. So it's a lot of things that you've never seen before, some things that you may have seen at different races, some things that, as I said, I came up with in my head that are, centered around cricket that you could really look forward to.
It's going to be massive, and I'm wishing you the best of luck, as well as to the participants and the volunteers who want to be a part of it can visit the website. All of us, participants, volunteers, and others. What about spectators, Kerrie? There will be the opportunity
Yes,
to
so there's the opportunity for spectators to come as well. Spectators are free. What we also have so it's an adults only, let's say, race. In the morning, the minimum age is 17. That's for the competitive. But in the afternoon, once you have a paying registered adult, you can bring a child that is under 12 for free. But if you're over 12, then you will also have to pay to register as a participant.
To get your pretty medal.
Yes.
All right, fair. I'm looking forward to it quite genuinely, perhaps as a spectator, but whether you are spectating, participating, or just wishing someone, well, Goliath Games are coming to the stadium, the Brian Lara Cricket Academy to be specific, on the 20th of July. You can head over to the social media and website for the Goliath Games and get more information. But this morning, let me say thank you to Kerrie-Kim for creating another way to keep moving, to stay fit, and to push us forward. You're on your own, though, with the burpees. Have a good one, Kerrie.
Thanks, Aika.
Of course, you guys could stick around. No burpees after these messages, but you might be moving. Stick around to find out how.
The traffic running Sunday morning down the by West Mooring, half cars parking like a garage. Me drinks, but